The ending of the episode that everyone's talking about has changed a lot. Even when we started it, even from writing it and boarding it, and even into animation, it changed over and over again. And hats off to Bruce Smith and Disney for letting that kind of story play out, because he pushed it as far as he could in the most respectful way possible. Mm-hmm. Because for me, I watched Penny, La Cienega and Zoe and Dejanay when I was 11 years old. I watched these guys every Sunday. And to literally take his storyboards, with Tara's direction, and to see these characters I grew up with get arrested, get handcuffed, fight for an ideal that they knew they were most likely going to be punished for, and they still did it in spite of that. If it's not clear right now, I'm still having a tough time putting it into words.
Yeah. No.
So people who feel like it's anti-white or it's anti-white propaganda, I wouldn't say so much it's anti-white propaganda as it is just exposing the truth in history.
Yeah. And
just telling it how it was. And the feelings and the emotions that come out of that can be a different conversation, for sure. But those feelings and emotions aren't talked about unless the truth of what happened is really shown and discussed. So, man, yeah, even putting that into the episode together was tough. For me, knowing what happened in 2020 and seeing what had happened to my family, my friends, for different reasons throughout the course of my life, makes me, pun intended, extremely proud to be a part of something like that.
Yeah.
Because of how important it was to just discuss it. Not just discuss it, have meetings about it, put it together, show it. Not just show it, but okay, we're seeing it. Are we feeling what we often hide in this episode? And is it coming across the way it needs to, so that feeling is preserved, not because it needs to be glorified, but because we need to honor the people that experienced it.
Yeah, it's real. So
it was real, man. It was real. It was hard to do, but very rewarding to do because of how important it was, So the people that feel a certain type of way about it, I encourage them to ask why they feel a certain kind of way about it and to understand the context of why it felt important to tell that story. And again, hats off to Disney for just letting something that truthful exist in that format. I'm kind of in the back of my head kind of smiling and knowing, all right, well, Juneteenth is on Disney Plus. Kids can hit play on that and just get some context on its own. Yeah. And if you feel like that's too much for your children, sure, fine. It's still going to be there. And personally, I feel like it's for the right audience at the right time, because I was talking to my mom about this earlier. In a sense, that was the talk I got when I was a kid. The end of that episode, contextualizing it. And to contextualize it and to put it in a form where kids can possibly easily digest it more so than they ever could the past 25, 30 plus years. Any criticisms fall way and far between. Yeah. They don't really equate to the emotional capacity of what so many people worked on when it came to that episode.